lot easier to do that. But, so I started a digital shop this year, and I'm going to move forward. Okay, so this is the making of our digital shop in our district. We are a small district. We're about more than a mile square. We have about 1,000 students total in Stratford. We feed into Sterling High School. So we're a small district. We went to Northfield. That was our inspiration. Sorry. Talk about that. What is Digital Shop? Digital Shop is a place where students are applying their 21st century computer skills in the classroom. With various devices, students refine and develop their computer science skills by using a variety of websites and modules. Students are encouraged to work at their own pace, taking ownership of their own learning. Mistakes, errors, and failures are welcome. They're a welcome part of the learning experience, and Dylan and Google said the same thing. I truly believe it makes a huge difference in the classroom, especially when we're dealing with computers, with code, where they can easily go back and redo something. We've gotten into a little bit of building, and I'll show that. But even that, sometimes we have to tear down and start over again, or just take things apart and redo. Our inspiration for our digital shop came from Northfield Community Middle School, Kevin Jarrett. We went to visit them last December 21st, I think it was. And we were so inspired by what we saw there. We immediately went back, started sending out some emails to parents in the community of things that we thought we might be able to use and things we could do need. One of the things was for tall chairs. Kids love something about being a little bit up higher on the floor. So we raised the tables in my room. I used one at Walmart, got bed risers, $5 a set, and started raising my tables up off the ground and got tall chairs. That was last year when we first started. And we would implement some code here and there. I had done the hour of code with them prior to going to CCAT, so I had a good idea of what we could use in the classroom. And there's so many wonderful free programs out there that it's just worth it to give it a shot. If it doesn't work, you're not really losing anything. So we started discussing and planning. We knew that there would be some financial hurdles to jump, as well as some logistical classroom spacing hurdles. We knew we weren't just building an ordinary classroom. After visiting Northfield, we knew that this was a special type of classroom, more geared to what the students are going to need in their future growing up as adults. We knew that we needed to bring 21st century skills to our school. So this classroom was to be a flexible learning environment where they could tinker with physical objects like simple tools, virtual systems like computer code to make things that never existed before, or even improve things that were no longer applicable. So one of my students brought in a ROM, and like we heard, they didn't work so well. So they wanted to take it apart and redesign it and rebuild it. We're working on that. That's something we're going to do after the holiday break. But they're thinking about how they can improve that. So with a little help from a few wonderful volunteers and support of our district, we created a digital shop. That's my dad. They came in, it cost me lunch. They hung up the slat wall. So what you see there is I have blank walls, and they're hanging up some slat wall. And slat wall was really useful because if we're going to be tinkering and making things, something's big, something small, we needed the flexibility to be able to change our shelving to have shelving. And it was the most reasonable way we could accomplish that. So that is the room that I'm in now. That was then, and this is now. It wasn't the room that I was in when we went to Northfield last year. It was a smaller room, but we still raised the tables and took the chairs out. At first, standing was an adjustment for the students. They were like, what? 40 minutes standing? And then I had to remind them that I'm there all day long standing. No. But now they love it. Now it's such a refreshing change for them. They come in and they stand, they get on the computers or we get engaged in whatever activity we're working on. And the time goes so fast. A lot of times I'll have to tell them, okay, we got 3 minutes, gotta start cleaning up. And, we lose track of time. So standing is definitely something that they're enjoying. And it really opens up the room. There's so much more room in the room with no chairs, and we're not tripping over anything or having to maneuver around things. They can work in small groups or alone, noisy groups. The tables are raised, and they can work on the floor if they want. So you see some of the students are working on the floor, and if you look beyond them, there's someone standing working at the table. So what is in my digital shop right now, we have laptops. I started out with 12 computers, desktop computers, and then we were fortunate enough to get 15 additional Chromebooks this year, a couple of iPads, a 3D printer, a couple of digital cameras that are waterproof and drop-proof. Not very expensive ones, just small enough that we can take with us. I can give to the kids, like, here, go take a picture of your project, or I can have them take several pictures as the project progresses, something they can hold on to and use. We got that at Best Buy, and Best Buy is really good about cost comparing with Amazon, so they were pretty reasonable. Legos. I started the Lego Club 5 years ago at our school. I started with a very small box of Legos. It's actually quite an amazing story, but what happened after that, I started with a small box. I asked the parents to donate, and there are always parents willing to get rid of those Legos. They don't want them on their floor. And now I have a wall of Legos from here to the end, down full of bins of Legos for them to build. Not in the digital lab, but some of those Legos came with me to the digital lab. And just basic pipe, popsicle sticks, toothpicks, pipe cleaners, things like that. Hot glue guns. I was a little nervous about that at first this year, but they've all been very respectful. If anything, they may have burnt their own finger, but they're fine. They're loving it. They're loving that freedom. They're loving the creativity. So with wire cutters, scissors, and stuff like that, small tools we're starting off with. The tables that we raised, we clear coated with dry erase paint, so they're all dry erase. I use the clear, so our tables are this color, so they can still see through everything. And then they just jot down whatever they need, maybe making a mental note or a note or a mathematical equation, and then erase it. So that's another view. That's the other side of the room, the students standing. That's our digital smart board that we just got this year. It is a wonderful thing, but it did take a little bit of finagling. I don't know if any of you have any of the digital smart boards, but I know that Smart is offering a grant of $1,500 if your school doesn't have one for the first time purchase. So whatever, if that's one, then you get it for the first time for one. If you're ordering 5, then they'll give it to you for 5 of them. So something to think about. I bought the shoe holders, the clear shoe holders, and hung them over the closet that I have in the room, and in that is all the extra Lego pieces sorted out so the kids can just go get them. I have a robotics team as well that's in this room. That's our challenge table. I don't know if any of you have heard of First Lego League Robotics. A lot of problem-based learning. It's a wonderful way to get started. I think it made it a little easier for me to transition into this because I've had 5 years experience with the robotics team. But we learned so much in our competition season, and it's a wonderful way. If you're a little hesitant to get started, that's a good way to get started. Get involved in First Lego League, and it kind of helps guide the way. The kids do all the work. You're just really the facilitator. So our goal for our digital shop is to become a place where students become aware of real-life community issues, problems, a little bit of guidance from me, and a lot of their own energy. Making the classroom lessons applicable to things they can relate to in their community or in their world really seems to be a great way to engage them and help them pull them in. They love the 3D printer. We need to get a bigger one. Mine is somewhat small. It's in the last picture, I think. It's that little orange thing in the corner. But it does a job. It engages them. So we can 3D print small things. But I would like to get a bigger 3D printer eventually, and something that I think is really useful in a digital shop to have a 3D printer, so that when they come up with ideas, when they create things, then they can actually physically make them and see it happening. So some of the bumps that we encountered we're inside the room I was before, so it's a little smaller. We don't have very large rooms. The two large rooms we have are science labs. But like I said, taking those chairs away, no cubbies, no closet area, really helped a lot. I have on the slat wall, they sell baskets, and you just hook them onto the slat wall, and that's where the students put their belongings when they come in. So everything's up off the floor. Funding, we were fortunate enough to get 15 additional Chromebooks this year. There are several ways, but funding was a bump for us. We weren't sure where we were going to get the money from. Customizing the room, slat wall was the easiest, quickest way to customize that room, and probably the least expensive. And then designing a curriculum. There really is not a curriculum out there. If you type in digital shop, all kinds of stuff comes up, but it doesn't relate to education. So we're designing our curriculum as we go, and I'm fortunate enough to work with two wonderful administrators, and they are very open-minded. There's a lot of free things on the internet as it is right now. Code.org. This is a picture of a drawing.